I want to make a video talking about basically how I came in this truth, dealing with the Lord and dealing with the Bible and all this stuff, right? Because I never even made a video explaining this shit specifically. I probably should, right? When it comes to this, when the fuck did that shit out? When it comes to this truth that people talk about, right? Most of the time when people say how they came into the truth, they're usually talking about how they came into Christianity, how they came into Islam, how they came into Hebrew Israelite movement, Nation of Islam. Let me explain to you what I mean when I say I came into this truth, right? So, first thing is, when it comes to this truth, and they're dealing with what the truth is supposed to be, people always want to find the truth. And let me tell you the main problem with people when it comes to finding the truth, or when it comes to finding what is really going on in any of this stuff, right? Everybody has their own idea of what is right and what is wrong. Everybody is so used to all the things that go on in this world, all the stuff that been going on in this world, things that people have taught them and all of this shit, and this whole brainwash thing, even idea of being brainwashed, right? A lot of people, when you look at what they do every day, they are part of the problem. They're not in the truth. They're not part of the truth. They're part of the lies. They support the lies. They in darkness, right? They lie to themselves. You got all this shit going on with the average person, right? And what I never understood is, why is it that you have so many people that try to convince other people that they are right? And their aim is to convince other people that they are right, you need to join with them. Why there's so many people that try to teach rather than learn? Why there's so many teachers? Why there's so many spiritual teachers? Why there's so many people that try to teach other people, but they can never teach themselves? When it came to me, right, there's a whole lot of things that I had to do, and a whole lot of things that I've been through before that I even ever got to this level. And this level isn't other people's level. Other people that think that they woke, or they in the truth, and all these dumbass fucking terms, right? They lost in the wilderness. They not on a path, right? There's nothing that they have that they can say, as long as I stick with this, this will get me all the way to the end of the path. No, they straying away. They on this thing, they on the next thing, they on this thing, and they on that thing. One of the main problems also with this idea of the truth, or even the idea of God, or God coming to save people, is God can't save nobody. They got to save themselves. Because as soon as that you separate from God, you can't even understand God. You can't understand nothing. That's what the person has to. The person has to fix themselves. When it came to me, I dropped out of school to chase a dream. Right? I wanted to become in the music industry. I wanted to rap. I wanted to change the world through music. That's what I wanted to do. Do I still want to do that? Hell no. When it comes to music industry and all that stuff, when I was a child, I wanted to be a basketball star. I had a lot of dreams when I was a kid. There's a lot of things that people told me that I could be. And I believed that I could be these things. And then I realized at some point in my life, I can't do those things. Right? Basically, my dreams got crushed. Most people early on, they don't experience this. They don't experience shit like this until they're in their 20s. And when their dreams get crushed by the time they're in their 20s, that's when they give up on themselves. That's when they give up on life. Right? That's when they give up on everything. And, you know, they can end up homeless. They can end up drug addicts. They can end up like, basically you having no spirit inside of you. Because of all the time that you wasted and all the foolishness from when that you was a teenager. And possibly from when you was even a child. Niggas ask me so many questions about this thing and that thing. And what about this and what about that? All I'm thinking is, what the fuck is this nigga doing? That the nigga even gotta ask me all these damn questions. Ain't you experienced these things? Haven't you, like, when a motherfucker pulling something from the internet, right? And asking me what's this and what's that? What's this and what's that? It's like you must obviously feel like I got some type of higher knowledge than you. But you know that you so fucking lost and ignorant that if I tell you something, you're not even going to understand. Because you're not smart enough, or you don't know enough, or ain't experienced enough to even make a verdict based off of the answer I gave you. So what is the sense of taking things from the internet and trying to learn it if you know that you're not going to understand it? Why ain't you going to understand it? Any person talking about meditating or any of this stuff, whatever you found on the internet talking about this, it's obviously got to be people dealing with this in real time, right? It's a lot of people, right, that think this shit is entertainment, this whole truth thing. They think this is entertainment. They think that all of these things that they see on the internet is just like watching TV. It's not like watching TV. It's like playing tennis. There's certain things that a tennis player experiences that other people don't experience, right? When it comes to this whole tennis thing, for example, when a person become a tennis player, there's certain things that they have to do, certain things they got to go through, right? Certain things that they have to experience. You don't see people becoming tennis players and then automatically, as soon as you become a tennis player, you understand every single thing about tennis because you read this or you read that. When it comes to these people reading all this stuff on the internet, you have to go through these things. Most people don't know how to go through these things. They can only wonder, how could somebody have the answers for something like this? How could somebody know what this is and what that is and know what is right or what is wrong? And you would have to be likewise to the person, right? You would have to understand what it is that the thing is talking about, right? You would have had to seen this before, meditated on this before, anything, right? Another thing too is when it comes to like I said, music and all this stuff that's going on, I don't care about no album that comes out. I don't care about music. I don't care about no other rappers. I don't care about politics. I don't care about the government. I don't care about sports. I don't care about nothing. Look, you see this spot right here? I literally come here and sit down and just do nothing. Literally, just come here and sit down and just look at this spot. There's nothing going on in this room. The TV is off. This is the most beautiful thing to look at. This spot right here, right? You don't see nothing else going on. I literally come in here and sit down and talk to myself. Talk to myself positive things. Focus on good things. Why do I do this? Because I already realized a long time ago everything is going to have to come from me. It can't come from nothing else. Not anymore. Because I can't have joy in other things. I can't have joy in this person uploaded a video. I can't have joy in this person dropped the album. I can't have joy in, vote, we get Trump out. I don't care about shit like that. That's not real happiness. That's not real light. Right? And it would seem like being in this truth, right? Because back to being in the truth, me having these experiences led me on a path. And I realized that other people don't have these experiences, right? It doesn't matter who I meet. These things scare people. Matter of fact. Motherfuckers be talking about truth and all this spiritual shit. But then it's funny because then when I talk about going through these things, it scares people. So what sense does that make? I got people that's supposed to be my friends, even here living in this city. Right? People that from the time we was fucking teenagers, all talking about astrology and this thing and this, that. As soon as the niggas heard anything I was talking about, even me typing this shit on the internet, it scared the motherfuckers away. It means that you a fraud then. You gotta be a fraud. Because how is it you talking about all of this, you positive affirmation, and then I got things happening to me that's literally miraculous, and then that scare you away? That means you a fraud. A lot of people is frauds. This type of shit is happening to me because this is all that there is. I don't care about nothing else. I mean, common sense is, if I'm not caring about sports and games and all this other shit, and I don't give a fuck what game console coming out next, there gotta be something happening in my life, right? Like you can't have your cake and eat it. So when it comes to being in this truth, this is not about me finding shit on the internet. I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's not about me finding shit on the internet. It's not about me believing in no religion. This is about the things that's happening to me. And I don't want bad things to happen to me. I want good things to happen to me. I can tell you one thing. In this world, there's a lot of people that saying they want one thing, but they don't know what they want. There's a lot of unhappy people in this world. Everybody's unhappy. Everybody's getting fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's going to meet a bad demise. There's no way you could be successful in this world. It can't happen. A lot of people believe they're going to be successful. Why? Because they're still chasing their dreams. It will be broken. And when their dreams is broken, they will give up on everything. They will give up on themselves. And they will just not give a fuck anymore. It happens to every single person that's living here. Especially any person that's lower class or urban. When it comes to me, look, I can't be disappointed no more. Right? All of my belief and all of my faith is coming from me. Me and the idea that I can get better and that I have to get better. I have to keep working on myself. I can't work on nobody else. There's a lot of people that want this, or they want that. They want this, they want that, they want this, they want that. And it's like what you really want isn't even what you really want is something that you can't even express, but it's simple. You want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. They don't want to be sad, they don't want to be angry, they don't want to be depressed, they don't want to be suicidal. But how do you find happiness? How do you find joy? How do you find that light inside you? How do you find that light inside of your life? Well, that's up to the person. Sometimes, to be honest, sometimes I'm thinking, do I have a light inside of me? Do I feel love? Do I feel joy? Do I feel happiness? To be honest with you, all I could see darkness in other people. I could see darkness and bad things that's going on. Not even necessarily around me. I just say in the world. But when it comes to light, yeah, even me, even sometimes I be thinking I don't want to be empty. Like, what should I be happy about? What should I have joy in? Right? What is it that I like about the world? Why am I here? What do I like about being here? Those are the things to think about, and those are things that even when you're in the truth, you know, you can't be taught that. That's something that has to come from within you. That's something that you have to understand. For me, I could never ever be a spiritual teacher. Reason, like, bring somebody to this truth. Because you can't bring people into this truth because they're not going to understand. When people say they praying for God, that's cool. Right? God is supposed to be the king of everybody. He's supposed to be so powerful. He was there in the beginning and the Alpha and the Omega. He's supposed to be somebody that's so powerful that he fixed himself. And he could fix himself. That's something that other people can't do. Other people can't do that. When it comes to understanding, right? Or when it comes to this whole thing with God saving people, the average person not going to be able to understand God. Even if God came as a person, they're not going to understand that person. Right? What the person is saying is going to be so strange. Why? Because that person is God. So then that person has experienced things the average person ain't experienced. So if you ain't experiencing, you know what to imagine, you know what to believe. It's up to the person. You see what I'm saying? And bro, like I told you, when it comes to this life, most people ain't ready to give up this life. They ready to give up gaming and all this stuff. And they not going to give it up until they matter of fact, dude, be honest with you, they never going to give it up. They ain't never going to give it up. Dude, these people that been watching sports, these people that been watching sports for like 25 years. And they still watching that shit. Yes, nigga, the NFL is rigged. The NFL is rigged. A lot of all that shit is rigged. Right? There's people that don't have faith in the government from the time they was children. And they still ain't realized the government is corrupt. Or they don't care. Right? And you gotta understand, bro. You know as fucked up as it is. There's people that have to be sad. There's people that have to be angry. That's how this world works. The vast majority of people have to be slaves. Like, these things have to happen. There has to be horrible people. If there's a feminine energy, there's a masculine. If there's a positive, there's a negative. These people need to be ignorant. That's what a lot of people don't understand, is that then you living in a world where there's a need for people to be ignorant. A need and a want for people to remain in darkness and remain sad. And there ain't nothing that no person could do about it.